Hello, hello! It's been a long time coming, but today it's time to draw more mashup PreCures. For those unfamiliar, PreCure is an ongoing Magical Girl series that's been produced by Toei Animation for the past 20 plus years. Each season is a different story with a different theme and characters, perfect for a random character mashup challenge. If you missed the first installment of this series, definitely go check it out, it's a good time. I'm going to spin the Great Wheel of Precure and combine together the designs of the 2 cures it lands on. We're going to design 3 new cures today, so we'll be spinning the wheel a total of 6 times. I had originally planned on releasing this video right before the newest season had started, but, well, yeah, time definitely got away from me on this one. So, unfortunately no idle PreCures this time, but they'll definitely be thrown onto the wheel for the next one, I promise. Alright, the suspense is killing me. Let's spin for our first 2 cures. Alright, it is time to spin the Great Wheel of Precure and see who we get. I'm trying to decide if there's anyone I'm excited about. Maybe I'd like to do Cure Black or White. I really like their designs and they're just like so classic and nostalgic, but alright. Without further ado, let's see who cure number 1 is. And spin! Let's see who's it gonna be. And we have... Ooh, Cure Milky Rose! Ooh. Oh, she's gonna be fun. Ooh, okay, let's see who we're gonna combine her with. Ready, go! Come on. Oh, the suspense. Oh. And we have... We have Cure Bloom. Oh no. Ah! So, my lukewarm reaction to Cure Bloom was because in the last PreCure Challenge video, I got 3 characters from Splash Star, and as you can imagine, I had hoped to get a little bit more of a variety than that. So, I was worried this might be a bad omen for the rest of this video. Once I got into sketching, I was pretty happy I got Bloom because a lot of the shapes and colors in her design are a direct contrast to Milky Rose, so it was turning into a really interesting challenge. With the first sketch, I kind of unceremoniously smashed all the elements of each cure together. I found that while this doesn't produce a very appealing result, it does give me a good idea of what I'm working with and what elements I like and will focus on. With the next 2 sketches, I focus on the variety of flower details as well as the ruffle texture from Milky Rose. One element I decided on very quickly was her hair. I kept the length and the twin tails from Milky Rose, but changed the texture to the spiky ends of Cure Bloom. I like how this combination keeps Rose's very elegant vibe while combining it with Bloom's energy. Now that we've done our rough sketch, let's move on to our final illustration. Since we're mashing up 2 different cures, we're also going to mash up their iconic transformation poses too. When I'm sketching, I usually start with a pretty thick brush and gradually shrink it down as I move into a more detailed version of the sketch. I find this super helpful because it keeps me thinking about the whole picture in the beginning stages instead of fixating on her eyelashes or some other tiny detail. As I was drawing this one, I really started appreciating the personality that was shining through the design. She looks like such a spunky character, like the one in the group who's never afraid to speak their mind and can be pretty sassy. I was honestly a little surprised by this because I haven't watched these particular PreCure seasons, so the personality I was seeing form was just from the design alone. As much as I'd love to say I've seen every season of PreCure, it's been going on for over 20 years, so I feel like it's understandable I'm not completely caught up. What's your favorite season of PreCure you've watched so far? Let me know down in the comments. Just no spoilers, please. For colors, I end up going with Cure Bloom's palette for the most part. The sketches where I combined them were such a disaster, I knew I just had to pick one palette and go with it. I love how that pink and long orange hair reminds me of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. Okay, and with a few last touches, our first mashup cure is complete. Say hello to Cure Blooming Rose. I'm so positively surprised with how she turned out. Even though I wasn't very excited to get another Splash Star cure, I think I was able to nicely fuse her with elements of Milky Rose. Let's continue on to mashup cure number 2. Alright, 1 combo cure down, 2 more to go. Let us spin for our next cure. Ready? Go! Oh, come on. Let's see who it is. And we have... Cure Wing! Yay! I love Cure Wing! Oh, this is gonna be fun. Ooh. Alright, let's see. Who are we going to combine Cure Wing with? I kind of hope for a pure purple cure. Let's see. And we got... Oh, cute! We got Cure White! Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. Ooh, we've got such a fun pair for this one. Getting right into sketching, I knew I wanted to go for something using Wing's ponytail, but using White's color scheme. I try a skirt at first, but I ultimately decide I want to go with a more gender-ambiguous direction and switch it up to shorts. I, of course, have to keep the tiny top hat because I'd be an absolute fiend to get rid of it. Once I feel confident in my direction, I switch over to the final illustration. I'm glad I incorporated the ponytail because it ends up taking up a good chunk of negative space, and also adds some nice wiggly energy to the pose that's mostly straight lines. I'm so happy I finally got one of the OG cures for this round. Cure White and Black designs are just such classic early 2000s anime, and I just love them. I had so much fun coloring this one. I love a good mostly white outfit for whatever reason. Maybe it's because it feels extra bright, or maybe it's just because it makes the colors with it pop a bit more. Whatever the reason, the blue and white combo was such a treat. Also, is it just me, or does this design give the vaguest Melody from Little Mermaid 2 vibes? With the coloring done, I just make a few quick adjustments, and our second mashup cure is complete. May I introduce you to Cure Haron. Why Haron? Well, it's a white bird, and I've had the boy and the heron on the brain recently, so Haron it is. Comment below what your favorite white bird is. Honestly, this is one of my favorite cure mashups I've done. I love the tiny top hat, the lacy details, and the cute little pointy bits of hair. With 2 of the best cures, I probably shouldn't be surprised, right? Alright, without further ado, let's move on to our last mashup cure for today. Okay, it's time for our last mashup cure of the day. We've had some good, we've had some bad, we've had a lot of pretty cures. Let's see who our second to last cure of the day is. I want to say no whammies, but like, can't go wrong. You can't, I mean, I shouldn't speak too soon. Let's, no! Oh my god! Oh! Yes! Oh my god, I love the video! Oh my god, who do we get to... Can you imagine if we get Cure Summer? Oh my god, that'll be so fun. Oh, who's it gonna be? Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Oh my goodness. All right. No more fooling around. We gotta get into this. Yeah. Oh my goodness, are we finishing with a bang? As you can tell from my excitement, I love both these cures and was super excited to jump right into sketching. Combining these 2 wound up being much tougher than I anticipated though. Both cures have a lot of detail on their heads, which meant decisions had to be made. I'm very sorry to admit that in this sketching process, I committed the cardinal sin of not including the tiny top hat in this design. I know, you can unsubscribe now. There's no coming back from this disgrace to my channel. As much as I want to keep the giant pearls, I end up choosing to keep the cat ears instead. There's still going to be a lot of pearls in this design, so I felt like the cat ears would be more crucial to our cat-themed cure. Another point of struggle for me was the skirt. I knew I had to keep the rainbow color scheme skirt, but trying to work that in with Lemaire's fish scales made it too busy, but keeping it more flatter made it feel too Cosmo. I decided to meet in the middle and add a scalloped edge to Cosmo's rainbow skirt, and I think it worked. It gets that fish scale vibe across without cluttering the design too much. Doing the line art for this one was so satisfying. I feel like some days I just had a killer line art day, and I guess this was one of them. Lately I've been going back and forth in my work between using a brush with no line weight versus a weighted brush, and I really can't decide which one I like better. My resolution this year is to be less concerned with things like style and brand and, that kind of stuff. I want making my art to be super relaxing and fun, and I noticed myself feeling burnt out and unmotivated recently. But they always say the best thing for burnout is giving yourself some room to breathe, so that's exactly what I plan to do. Do you have any other tips for curing burnout? Please let me know down below. I would love to hear them. And just like that, we finished our last mashup cure of the day. Say hello to cure... Cosmare? I don't know. There's this mischievous part of my brain that really wants to call her cure catfish. Let me know which one you like better down below. Here's all our finished cures. They all came out so awesome. I'm really happy I kept at it and finished them. For picking a favorite, I feel like I have to go with Cure Haron. They just look so cool, and even though I'm not a cosplayer, I oddly want to cosplay this. Who's your fave? Let me know down in the comments. Also, I just wanted to thank you again for your patience in the long journey that was making this video. I'm thinking about exploring some other forms of art on my channel, such as toy design and maybe even some more of my crafty hobbies, so stay tuned for that, and of course more sparkly magical girl design fun. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day! Bye bye!